Hello, sir.
I want to, first of all, thank all of you all for coming here. I really, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys coming here. It's very, very kind of you to come here. I know you guys love to go to the big brands like, the largest Prestige and Godrej and Purvanka and all that. We are a small brand, so I really appreciate and I really am thankful to each and every one of you for coming here. I just want to assure you, although we may not be a branded residence like the Prestige and Purvankara and Godrej and all Shobhas and all of that, but I assure you our product will be equally good, if not better, than what they're giving. Only reason being, not because of anything else, only because of the exposure that I've had over the number of years. I mean, for the last 50 years, I've lived overseas. So what happens is whenever a human being spends so much time overseas and looks at international developments, automatically your taste levels develop, So what happens is that becomes an advantage for people who are developing from overseas. Let's say if Mar was to come and develop here, or one of the biggest brands of international brands was to come and develop here, see, they already have an advantage because they've already seen something around in the neighborhood. So that is a natural advantage of what we have. So I'll just tell you, one of the things that I believe in, I left this country a long time ago in 1972, December, when I was 18 years old, when I went to Japan and all of that. And I'm exactly like you guys. I was a salesperson. You see, in life, I was a salesperson like how you guys are. I mean, we all basically selling something in life. I mean, you all are selling real estate. I was selling, I went there at 18 years, when I was 18 years old, to Japan. And that point, I mean, India, our family was poor, very poor. India was very poor. Forget about family. India as a country was very, very poor. It was so poor that, the place where I grew up in a chawl in Pune, where if someone got a job, the only factory that we used to have there in Pune was like a small Bajaj scooter factory. So whenever people used to get the job, it used to be such a big celebration that all of us, we were young. I remember when I was 12, 13, 14, when people who were older than me were getting jobs in our chawl, we used to all celebrate, but he's got a job, whether he's got a job in a railway station or whether he's got a job here. So, I have come across, most of you are very young, so a lot of you can't imagine what our country was. Our country was a very, very poor, our country was poor, and now we have come a long way through that. So basically, what we have and whatever we have today, believe me, I have seen the way the country is progressing. Whatever we are today, and thanks to our Prime Minister and thanks to our President, whatever reforms that we are creating, I feel in 10 years from today, we'll be far, far better off. And regardless now, what I'd like to tell you, so I was a salesperson. What I always believe in, you should let the product sell it for itself. We should not sell a product. As salespeople, all I'd like to do is take my buyer and show them the product, and the product should do all the selling. The minute you start selling yourself, that means the product is lacking something, or maybe, so we really should not be selling. So all I can request you is for those of you who have not seen our product, please come and take a look at the product. Please come and take a look at our finished product, our Sammy's Luxury, what we have, Sunrise Boulevard, or come to our Beverly Hills and look at the way we have developed our product. So you would find it'll sell by itself. That's one of the things. Now, the biggest thing, you see, what happens is, over a period of life, as we get older, we make money and then we want to invest that money. We want to get good returns on the money. So I'll tell you right now, the way I see North Bangalore coming up, the way I see what is developments that's happening there. I'm an investor myself. We invest in a lot of equities, funds, mutual funds, other funds. And I can assure you right now land is probably going to give you better returns than many of the other investments. You may think, a lot of people are invested in fixed income products, in like bank deposits and safe deposits. Most of us forget how important compounding in life is. You have to learn to compound your money, and you have to learn to put your money in places where it is going to compound well, where the growth is going to come well. So, to give you a couple of examples, see what happens is a lot of people sell real estate by branding it, by marketing it. Like I don't know how many of you have been to. I'm sure many of you must have been to Dubai. I don't know how many of you must have been to Armani or Bulgari residences. Now, one of my friends has a huge villa called Bulgari Residences. So he had bought it for like 40 million dirhams or something like that. And today he sold it for 100 million dirham. When I went to see his villa, Bulgari Residences, now that particular Bulgari Residences, because it's got the Bulgari name, it is almost 3 times more expensive than villas that are surrounding that. Bulgari, Armani, all these people use different gimmicks to sell their brands, make the product more and more expensive. But there is nothing that can compete with the natural beauty. See, what we have in our Sammy's Sunrise Boulevard, I'm telling you that nature's view, that is God's view. One of the reasons we bought that property, I remember going there with my US architect, because location is the most important thing. The kind of thoughts, if you just go there, the kind of tranquility, the kind of, Bangalore city, I spent 3 years of my life in Bangalore when I was 12 years old, between 1966 to 1969. Bangalore at that time was known as a garden city. The Bangalore that time, what I grew up in, and Bangalore today is day and night difference. So I think what happens is location is more important than branding. What is Apple? People buy Apple phones. What Apple has done is nothing but branded their thing. And that's why they're able to sell things so, at such a high price. So people sell real estate also through branding. Some of the larger builders are able to get a better price than us because they're branding. I'll give you several examples of how some people who have come and seen our product and seen our land. I've had some celebrities from Bangalore who are well-known celebrities. I'm not going to name them. They came to our land and they saw our land, and I've had people tell me, Mr. Sammy, why don't you sell me an acre of your land? Why don't you sell me half an acre of your land? I want to build my house. I want to build my villa. I want to build my family. But they always tell me, sir, you have no idea, if I buy a villa in your house, a villa on your land, how much value it's going to do. Your values are going to go up. And I always tell them, listen, I don't want to hoodwink a customer by telling them and then they always want a little discount just because they think they're very, very big brands. I've had movie stars, I've had cricketers, I've had many, many big celebrities from India as well as from Karnataka tell me that they'd like to buy a piece of land and build on our land because they know because they feel that that's where they like it. So I always believe I want to give value to the people who are staying there. I want to be able to make a product so good so that people who buy, they should see the appreciation. I should be able to make them proud of what they bought. Whenever people buy something, a real estate, generally that real estate, they hold it for their lifetime. It's passed on to their children, to their grandchildren. So it is their life's biggest, to most of them, it's their life's biggest investment decision that they make. So we at Sammy's try to make sure that we give you guys a value. We do not just sell you, we give you a value. We also make sure that we give you the best of what we've learned, what I've learned overseas for the last 50 years of being overseas. And my only request is, please come and take a look at a product. Please come and see the thing. And then, let the customers decide. All of us want to sell a product, like Jayesh had said. How many of y'all do you remember that your customers appreciated what you sold them? I mean, your customers are going to, whenever you sell a good value, a good product to a customer, the customer still appreciates the person who has sold them. यार इसने जो कहा, इसने यार मेरे से बड़ी सच बात की. उसने जो मेरे को बेचा, जो माल मेरे को बेचा, thank God I trusted him. So what happens is you develop bigger faith with your customer. The customer begins to trust you. So I wanted to make sure to let you all know we are a debt-free company. And the most important thing is whatever we sell you will be title cleared. I mean, the very fact that we have sold Godrej, Embassy, Puravankara, all these big builders, so I understand how important title is and how important legal thing is. We will not sell you something which is going to have, we are responsible for what we sell you, so we will only sell you a product which is perfect. Okay? I really appreciate, God bless you all, and I really appreciate and thank you all for coming.